After a brief period of pre-pandemic normality, 2023 is looking eerily similar to autumn 2020, which implies food store supply concerns. This time, food shortages are dispersed throughout the store, so buyers trying to obtain certain goods may find it difficult. It's spotty. It's not a widespread situation, says Katie Dennis, Vice President of Research for the Consumer Brands Association, which represents the consumer packaged products sector, which includes General Mills and Kellogg. It's not like at the beginning of the pandemic when people went out and cleared shelves to stockpile and panicked. Still, certain aisles are feeling the strain right now. Here are some items to look for on your next supermarket run. Number 1. Rice. In recent weeks, there has been panic buying of rice as U.S. shoppers fear another import ban looming in the coming weeks. Shortages in America and globally have also contributed to this situation. Rice, being a pantry staple, has already experienced a significant price increase. According to the CPI, the cost of rice has gone up by 14% in the first quarter, and further increments are expected due to a tighter commodity market and supply chain disruptions. India announced in July that it would ban rice exports, while China and Pakistan placed import limits earlier this year, citing environmental factors like flooding, droughts, and heat waves affecting production. Besides, people are looking for alternatives to Ukrainian wheat exports due to the Ukraine crisis, leading to an increase in demand for rice. These factors mean that the product will become harder to find, and shoppers will have to pay even more for it from now on. Number 2. Wheat and breads. Ukraine is one of the world's major wheat producers, and Russia's continuous invasion has interrupted the supply chain, causing bakery items such as bread to suffer. Coupled with India's export prohibition, designed to preserve domestic food security, we're seeing rising wheat prices and a looming shortfall, despite the fact that certain states that have reduced their grocery taxes may help make groceries more inexpensive. As a result, according to the Consumer Price Index, the price of bread has risen 15.7% in the last year. Cereals and bread items have increased by 16.4%, while flour and other prepared flour mixes have increased by an incredible 24.9%. Number 3. Champagne. The holiday season of 2023 will mark the third year in a row where shoppers may face difficulty in finding champagne in grocery stores. According to European law, only champagne that is grown, fermented, and bottled within 100 miles of the Champagne region of France can be considered real champagne. Otherwise, it is simply sparkling wine. However, French producers have been struggling with stricter regulations and a decline in champagne production due to the impact of climate change. Francis Comet, who is in charge of the Professional Divan de Champagne that regulates the French champagne industry, has set another production limit for 2023. This comes after reducing output by 18% in 2020 and 7% in 2021 and 2022. Meanwhile, demand for champagne has continued to outpace supply, partly due to the production limits set by the CIPC, and because it takes at least 15 months to make a proper bottle. The effects of supply, demand, and production limits have been felt for years, and champagne availability will continue to be limited into 2024 and beyond. Rising temperatures in the Champagne region, followed by an unseasonal period of frost, destroyed grapevines. Moreover, higher than usual levels of rain during the summer created a devastating mildew, resulting in the lowest harvest of champagne grapes in decades. Number 4. Tomato sauce. The ongoing drought in California is having a significant impact on the food supply chain, affecting the production of many crops, such as fruits and nuts. The state is currently experiencing its driest 3-year period in recorded history, and tomato farmers have been hit particularly hard. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, tomato yields are expected to drop by 2% compared to last year's production. This could result in fewer tomatoes available for at least another year, as well as leading to higher prices for products such as ketchup and pasta sauce. Major food companies like Kraft Heinz and Monterey have already reported a decline in ketchup production and higher prices for their products this fall. In other words, if you want to avoid running out of your favorite sauces, it's a good idea to start stocking up now because it may become increasingly difficult to find them in your local supermarket. Number 5. Sriracha. According to the Los Angeles Times, Haiphong Foods is experiencing a chili pepper scarcity as a result of a drought in Mexico last summer. While the firm hopes to avoid a future sriracha scarcity, there is presently no estimate on when sriracha will be back in supply. Number 6. Cooking oil. The desire to utilize biofuels rather than fossil fuels may limit your access to some vegetable oils. According to the Food Institute, biodiesel manufacturing currently includes the use of soybean and canola oil, as well as other cooking oils. This use of vegetable oil generates a new need for it outside of cooking. Producers are already running low on inventory because of the severe weather and are unable to keep up with the increased demand, making a scarcity certain. Number 7. Sugar. According to Business Insider, India, a major sugar producer, has opted not to expand its sugar export quota. Other major suppliers, including Brazil, Europe, Mexico, Thailand, China, and Pakistan, are all experiencing low supplies, raising fears about global scarcity. This might explain why you're witnessing a rise in sugar costs. Number 8. Beef. According to the Washington Times, droughts beginning in 2022 will have an impact on beef availability from 2023 through 2024. Culling was intensified in 2022, leaving fewer cows for the years ahead due to a lack of grass to feed the cattle and growing feed expenses that farmers wish to avoid. To address the food scarcity, it may be necessary to convert to vegetarian dinners without the eggs for a period. Number 10. Eggs. According to Green Matters, an avian flu epidemic in 2022 might have a long-term impact on egg supply in 2023 and beyond. Farmers are losing millions of birds due to this fatal outbreak, limiting the number of those capable of producing eggs. Produce prices at grocery shops continue to climb, placing a hardship on those seeking for a carton. Number 11. Red wine. Winemakers are warning of a global wine shortage due to record low supplies anticipated in 2023. The shortage is a result of increasingly brutal weather, particularly in Europe's wine-producing regions. Extreme weather has already severely impacted wine production in Italy, Spain, and France, according to a statement by the International Organization of Vine and Wine, resulting in extremely low product volumes. Despite inflationary pressures, producers fear they won't be able to supply the growing demand, and global consumption is expected to increase compared to 2022, said the wine's Director General Paul Rocker during a recent press conference. This could be the third year in a row of lagging output, approaching one of the lowest years in history, 2020. As temperatures drop and consumer demand picks up, stores are likely to run out of many of our favorite products in the next few months. Number 12. Corn. Ukraine has historically been one of the world's major maize producers, but that has all changed since Russia's ongoing invasion. As a result, we'll see less maize. Corn is a component in many other American items, including chips, salad dressings, and even soda. So this is a huge concern. Number 13. Baby formula. The ongoing baby formula shortage is expected to last through the spring of 2023, according to a recent report from Reckitt Benckiser, the maker of baby formula giant Enfamil. Reuters reported. The shortage is persisting mainly because the issues that led to the initial shortage last year, including the pile of recalls and labor shortages, led to such a monumental supply shock. Number 14. Canned drinks and foods. At the start of the pandemic, a combination of panic buying canned items and drinking more canned drinks at home resulted in an unanticipated rise in aluminum demand, effects that we're still feeling until 2023. Certain canned goods, ranging from pet food to beer, have apparently become more difficult to get and are becoming more costly. As for the beer, carbon dioxide, the component responsible for your bruise bubbles, has had its supply chain challenges in the last year. Small craft breweries have borne the brunt of the damage, and you may have noticed the higher bill on your most recent visit to the bar or grocery store. Number 15. Butter. Last year, you may have noticed the high price of butter due to lower than expected milk output and staff shortages at numerous U.S. dairy farms. Extremely high inflation levels did not assist, and it appears that the butter scarcity will last at least another few months. We anticipate a rise in total milk output. However, considering that our cold-stored butter supply is at its lowest since 2017, and that butter will cost 65 cents more in 2023 than in 2021, it's wise to plan for butter scarcity. So that's all from today's video. If you liked this video, please like it. Subscribe for more lifestyle updates. Share your thoughts in the comment section and share it with your friends. See you soon.